A wave of public discontent in the U.S. shows no sign of abating following Saturday's protests, where hundreds of peaceful demonstrators were arrested, sparking accusations of heavy-handed policing. Defiant anti-Wall Street activists refused to back down, saying more marches against corporate greed and social inequality are in the pipeline. RT's Marina Portnoy caught up with some of those involved.
A new season in a different nation. The Arab Spring has become America's autumn. And on Saturday, New York's Brooklyn Bridge reminded many of a scene from Egypt's Tahrir Square. Nearly 800 protesters were trapped, cuffed, arrested, and jailed as thousands of activists continued their second week of Occupy Wall Street demonstrations. The grassroots movement is campaigning against social inequality and corporate influence over U.S. politics. In the interim, police conduct against peaceful protesters has come into question. Just last week, a New York City police officer attacked Occupy Wall Street protesters with pepper spray, prompting public outrage and an internal affairs investigation.
Many didn't believe that there would be another dramatic confrontation this weekend after what happened last weekend, after 4 women were pepper sprayed while they were corralled by the police, after the NYPD used heavy-handed tactics, punching some protesters. I think many people didn't expect that there would be something like that again this weekend, though I have heard no reports of pepper spray being used. There were aggressive arrests, and there were thousands of people stopped and hundreds arrested.
Arrested activists were charged with disorderly conduct and summons to appear in criminal court. By Sunday, hundreds appeared back on Wall Street, determined to continue their fight against corporate domination.
Once you are not afraid to be arrested anymore, the whole entire control of the police state disappears. And when that happens, there are incredible possibilities that are open to us. And suddenly you can imagine a different world, and you believe you can be an agent of change.
The group says it aims to raise national awareness and change America's economic disparity. Occupy Wall Street describes itself as a resistance movement inspired in part by its counterparts.
We can follow the lead of our brothers and sisters all over the world in the Arab Spring in Greece and Spain. We can see that it did send a powerful message. Ordinary people are not going to stand for corporate greed anymore, and that we're getting up and we're doing something about it.
Knowledge is power. Inform yourself.
And the reason these activists are doing something on Wall Street rather than Washington is because they say you have to follow the money. Begin where the largest campaign contributions, donations, and lobby groups come from.
It's corporate presidencies. We were told Obama was for change, and we got 4 more, will be 4 more years, hopefully, of Bush again. And before that, his father, the Bush dynasty. I mean, corporate greed goes all the way up to the president. I think this is where the artery, the main pulse of it starts, is on Wall Street.
It is true that these demonstrators come here with a variety of different messages, but what is uniting them, what unifies them, is a growing frustration over the U.S. economy, social inequality, and corporate influence on U.S. politics. These protesters say if American leaders can't act, it will be the American citizens that stand up for their rights. Reporting from Wall Street, Marina Portnoy, RT, New York.